Hello everyone and welcome to a little test playthrough of Core Clash by Boar Studios, a game I did an unboxing of. I backed it on Kickstarter a while back, a little bit of a delay before it actually shipped out because of COVID and whatnot, but it finally arrived and I'm eager to try and get to grips with how it plays. Got the rulebook here and got the map set up for it. Now it does come with like a boss rush mode, a cooperative AI mode where you just fight off waves of AI using a deck and whatnot, but the core game is a PvP type thing, and it seems like the best way to learn the core rules is just to kind of play through a game of it and see what happens. So that's what we're going to do today, unpainted minis and whatnot, but just to get to grips. The game is played on this, it's not quite a 2x2, it's just over that because I think it's 18.5 by 18.5 play area of randomly placed down tiles. 16 tiles, each tile is 4 areas. There's water hazards, there's building hazards, rock hazards and whatnot. And the general setup for just a standard match of Core Clash is 2 teams of 3 robots fight each other until one side has no robots left. Try and make it as easy to understand as possible, make it as watchable as possible with a quick rundown of, well, we'll go over both teams, but we'll go into detail about the anatomy of a stat card, how in general the game plays and what you can expect. And this is not a how to play though, keep in mind, still learning the game as well, so there may be mistakes, but this is to iron out stuff so then we can move on, introduce more complicated rules, try the AI mode and whatnot down the line. So here's an example of one team you might decide to bring into the game. The base box comes with like 16 characters or something like that, quite a few. You just need a team of 3 though. I've just picked out ones that I like the look of, and they form a team. And this is what your setup before a game looks like. You have the miniatures themselves, resin obviously, again sorry, not painted. These markers are just to denote their team, so at a glance you'll be able to tell this is one team, their team red, the other team is going to have blue markers. So we've got a sort of Optimus Prime looking one here, his name is Bravo. Then we have Core Destroyer, who is very much a Megatron style homage, let's say. And then finally in this team we have the Magus, who is a teleport focused robot, and that thing he had in front of him is one of the 3D elements that you can use. He and a couple of other people on the other team have access to the shielded role. We'll cover that when it happens, but it's just something they can activate during battle to protect themselves. So he's the only one on this team that has it. Stat card. They've already got stuff on them, so this is going to be a little bit awkward. Every robot has an ult. Let's just move these off. Every robot has an ult, which is in the bottom left of their stat card. It starts off, there's only one exception, and that's if you're using a robot that has the twin special role, which the other side has. So down here you put just it just comes with a bunch of X's, whoops, which I accidentally just dropped. X's that you put over it. There's a way during the fight to unlock your ultimate. Health is here. Green cubes disappear as you take damage. Blue cubes give you another full health bar when they are removed. So you might be wondering, why not just give him 6 health, why have a blue health that restores? The reason for that is any excess damage that you've also taken at the point you lose a blue cube is discarded. So say you take 2 or 3 damage, at the point you lose your blue cube to refill your health, the rest of that damage is gone. So there is a reason for it. Bottom right is your basic attack, and next to it is the range. That means anyone on the tile you're on, but it can also be like tiles in a cross shape, tiles in a cross shape for him as well. I guess that's his focus. But to activate these special weapons or skills, they're called weapons, but I prefer to think of them as like, you know, like MOBA-esque skills. You need the specific die number to activate them. So they come with little cubes. So he's got 2 green cubes, 1 blue one, which technically means he has 6 health overall, and his little X that goes over his ult. Core Destroyer is very much a damage dealer at range. And as I already said, Magus is about teleporting. You have something called cumulative energy. If you miss or get a crit, you generate cumulative energy, which you can spend. You can have up to 4 stored. Again, you just kind of put them on the card here. You can spend them immediately upon earning them if you want. And you can either get a reroll, get an accuracy buff, get a damage buff, or set a dice to a specific result. And yes, there's a spelling error on the card, unfortunately, but that's what he gets for a non-English made game. Except the first round, every other round of the game, you roll 5 activation dice. It's kind of like the 2nd edition Batman game. You roll 5 activation dice and you assign them to your team. That might mean that you do a lot of stuff with one robot and end up doing nothing or very little with the other two. It's up to you, and it also kind of depends on the numbers. You get 3 standard d6s that you would roll. Wow, that's an okay result. And you would assign these numbers, and then you're supposed to have 2 d3s, as in they only have 1 to 3 on them. You only get 2 of them in the box, which isn't enough for 2 teams, so I've just thrown in some of the attack dice you're supposed to use, and we'll count them as d3s. So 1, 2 is a 1, 3, 4 is a 2, 5, 6 is a 3. So for instance, that would actually be 2 3s. And that's the dice you get to assign, but in the first turn of the game you get less to stop you like long range bombarding each other, I presume. So I think that covers everything for this side. Let's go take a look at the other side. So we're over the other side of the table. Here is the other team. Again, 2 of them have the shielded role, which we'll see as we play. So they've got these little shield icons to potentially use. The team is made up of Shogun, who has the shielded up at the top here. He's a very stereotypical samurai looking robot. Then we also have Bolt. He has the lowest health on the table. He's only got 4 health, no blue cubes, but he's exceptionally fast. He's like super quick. He teleports around the battlefield, but it's actually like super speed. So it's pretty neat. He's kind of like Tracer from Overwatch, I think. He's even got the like, he's using a gun in each hand and whatnot. So he's super quick, but very, very easy to take out. And then very tanky. The tankiest person on the board is Gemini, which is actually 2 robots on 1 base. They have the twin role, so they're allowed to use their ult from the get-go, but if the blue cube of their health bar goes away, they have to destroy one of their weapons, and it's gone because it's to signify one of them dying. They've got their cumulative energy card, they've got their 5 activation dice. None of them except Gemini has their ult, and they'll be starting on this side of the board. So we're about ready to start up. Both teams are deployed. Team 1, red team on your left. You can deploy up to the first tile, and it's the same for the other side as well, kind of leaving these 2 tiles, so 8 squares, columns in the middle there to be the area where you have your fight. One other thing to mention, in a standard 2-player game, each side is given 2 landmines to use. That's what these tokens are. They've been placed down. If you walk onto them, you take a certain amount. I think it's just set 1 damage, but we'll double check if it happens. There's a push and pull mechanic in the game. I think there's only 1 robot currently on the table that has a push, but pushing people into the mines is a way to make them take more damage. Kind of Monster Apocalypse style as well. You can get shoved into the boulders, you can get shoved into the buildings for extra damage, because by default everything does 1 damage. So that's how you do more, you knock them into buildings and such. Monster Apocalypse is the best example for comparison. So Bolt is starting in the top right corner, the twins, Gemini, are between those 2 water features, and Shogun is down here. Core Destroyer is starting in the water here, Magus up at the back there, with Bravo in front of him between the 2 buildings. Some other notes before we get started. Already said you roll less action dice to start with, and again this is just a test battle report, so both sides are being played by me. When you move, you just assign a die and say this is for movement. You don't have to assign all dice instantly. You have a pool to draw from, but for viewing sake we'll probably assign all at the start. But if you assign any dice to movement, you are moving from tile to tile. So if someone was standing here, to move to there is 1. It's not 2, even though you're moving 2 areas, because you're just moving from 1 tile to another tile. If you're in water, it costs 1 extra. If you're going into water, it costs 1 extra. If there's enemies in your tile, it costs +1 per enemy to leave that tile. So you can kind of move freely in the areas of a tile, but moving between tiles is what costs movement. So I think that about covers it. With that, let's get this underway and see how it plays. So we're going to say that the red team goes first. I have the instruction booklet here. For the first turn of the game, the person who goes first is only allowed to roll 3 action dice, but they can be the d6s, so we ignore the additionals, and that's all the actions they get. Player 2, in the first battle round of the game, gets to roll 4, and again only 3 of them can be d6s, so they get 1 d3, 3 d6s, but they have that little bit of advantage. As far as that, you can do any given action once per turn. You can move once, you can basic attack once, and you can use each of your weapons once, as in your skills, as I call them. So let's roll and see what we have to play with first of all. We've got a 1, a 3, and a 5. So I'm going to put the 1 on Portal Trap for Magus, whatever. Then we've got a 5 and a 3. Let's do... oh, there's actually a lot we can do with this. Let's do the 5 on Ruthless Crusher. Again, I can change my mind. You're not forced to do this at the start. You can have the pull and just do stuff. But either way, and we'll put the 3 on Plasma Shot for Bravo. So then you just go to the spending, and I haven't put anything to movement, so it's purely skills. So I'm going to spend the 1 I gave to the Magus, teleport a target to any empty area, and it targets his tile and any other tiles in the row he's firing in. He's going to teleport Bravo, who is over here, and I'm going to teleport him to any square, yeah, any empty area. So not even an empty tile, just an empty area. It's going to get teleported right up there. We're going to be dangerous, we're just going to be super aggressive and see what happens. So, the other thing to do before we go up to the top corner and handle that is I'll go with Core Destroyer. You'll spend that 5 on a Ruthless Crusher. Now the attack area for that is a white square with a yellow border, which I'm going to double check I'm correct about. I believe you target any area on the map. Let's just double check. Yep. Target any one area on the battlefield. So he's going to do that. And he's going to target Shogun, who you can't quite see, so it's time to move the camera in recording. He's going to target Shogun, who thought he was safe hiding over there behind the building, because he can just target any square. So then you do an attack, and because I spent a 5 to do that, this is how attacking works in the game. You roll dice equal to the number used to initiate the attack, because any number can be used for a basic attack. You put a 1 in there, and to get a success and do 1 damage, you have to roll at least 1 number that matches the amount of dice you rolled, i.e. I'm rolling 5 dice, I need at least 1 5. Now you might be wondering, well, why not always just do a 1 in a basic attack, because you can't fail a 1 up on a d6. The reason for that is for every additional success you get cumulative energy, which you can use for those buffs we talked about at the start. So 5 dice, looking for 1 5, and he did indeed get exactly 1 5. I'm sorry that wasn't on camera. Also, I think these green dice might be a bit hard to see on camera. I might just look at some other d6s if we do this again. But there's a 5 and a 6 in there. A 5 is good enough. It deals 1 damage to Shogun. Now Shogun is shielded, and he has the option of activating that shield to negate the damage. He's got 5 HP. He's going to take the 1 damage. Oh, actually, I think it had piercing anyway. Yeah, that had piercing. Piercing goes through shields, so never mind. The shield was never an option. So one thing left to do, and we're going to have to move the camera again, mid-turn. We're right up there in the top corner. Bravo's been teleported right next to the twins, right next to Bolt. And with that 3, he can do Plasma Shot, which targets the tile he's in and in a cross around him, orthogonally speaking. So he's in this tile, so it hits this tile. If there was another one above, it would hit that, another one to the side, etc. Actually, is he in that one? No, sorry, he's in the very top one. So it's only hitting this one, and the one he's in. But that does mean it's going to hit the twins and Bolt. 3 dice. It has accuracy plus and piercing, and on hit pushes. So that's a little bit of stuff to cover. Accuracy plus means you get 1 extra die, and then the target number you're looking for becomes both the initial result you needed plus 1 as well. So in other words, 3s and 4s are successful. I'm going to go against the twins. 3s and 4s. Only got 1, it's a 3. Still counts. They take 1 damage and are pushed 1 square. If they'd been pushed into a building, the edge of the battlefield, a rock, a mine, they would take 1 extra damage. And then we roll the same again for against Bolt. And we got just 1 success again. We're never going to get to see cumulative energy. But we got 1 success. We got 3, so he takes 1 damage. But he also gets pushed against the wall, which means he would take 1 extra damage. So what he's going to do is activate his shielded token, which he's allowed to do once per game. So he brings up a shield, like that. Shields negate 1 damage, which means he negates the hit. And then I think he might also negate the 1 damage from the being pushed against the edge of the battlefield as well. I'm going to double check that, because I'm not sure if it counts as a separate damage or if you add them together. Alright, looking at the rulebook, page 20, there's an example about how shielded work, and it covers this exact instance where if a robot is hit and then also pushed into something that would cause damage, It's 2 separate attacks. The shield reduces it by 1 each time, so Bolt takes nothing, but the shield disappears as soon as their turn ends. So essentially it's done its job now, and he can't bring it back. But that is the first turn for the red team. They managed to do 1 damage. Sorry, no, 2 damage in total. 2 damage. I forgot that Gemini lost 1 as well. But Bravo is up there, very exposed. Let's see what they do. So this is the blue team's chance to react, and on their first turn they get 3 d6s and 1 d3. So that d3 becomes a 2. That's not great at all. They have a 1, 1, 2 and a 4. What can that even do? There's something that can be done with a 2, an ability on Gemini called Watch This. So let's put that on there and we can maybe make that happen. Oh, it's only in the tile though, so we'd have to give them movement. We can give them movement. We'll assign that 1 as a movement. That's fine. They can leave the tile without touching the water, so actually they might need a 2 for that. Let's see. There is a way around that actually. Let me rethink for a second. The 4 is not really any good for anything, unfortunately. Need a 1 or a 5 to target something as Shogun, but he needs to get closer for that, which means he needs to move. Let's see. Okay, if we put in the 1 to let Shogun move, we'll let him spend that movement. He'll get out of there. Let's see. Can we make Bolt teleport at all? Not really. He needs a 3 or a 6. Let's give Bolt the 4 to let him get out of there, because then I want Gemini to attack. Yeah, well... Oh, this is already tough. Because I think... I'm not entirely sure if there's friendly fire, like as in if in the AoE, if there's teammates, do you hit them? I don't think there's anything in the rulebook regarding friendly fire, one way or the other. My assumption is you would only hit enemies, but that might be wrong. So I'm working on the impression that maybe you need to get your team out of the way for the larger AoE stuff. I can't. There's not. If they would mention friendly fire, if there was friendly fire, I'm fairly certain. So we have the. We need to put the 1 here if we want Gemini to attack. I think that's it. They don't have much to play with because they rolled so low, unfortunately. So we'll start with Bolt. He's got 4 to play with. To leave the tile he's in costs 2 because there is an enemy there. So he will do that. He still has his shield until the turn's over. Not that it's important now that the enemy's already gone. So going over to here into any 4 of these squares costs 2 because there was an enemy there. That means he has 2 left. And he'll go... He'll assume that he hopefully gets a teleport next turn with his super speed. He'll just move up there and camp that corner up there. So that's him done. He's spent his 4. Shogun's got 1. He will move forwards into this square. Again, you can pick any. Oh, actually no, it's not the same tile. That's the one thing. It's hard to see where the tiles are. Because you can't move diagonally. So he would have to move into one of these 4. He'll move there so the rocks are in the way. There's a reason to have obscuring cover even though you can be shot through cover. But we'll cover that when it's important. And then finally, Gemini can move 1. He's going to move 1. I think that's okay because he didn't touch the water feature. Otherwise it would cost 2. And then he'll spend the 2 on Watch This. Attack with accuracy plus and damage plus 1. You can hit anywhere on the tile you're in. So, rolling 2, but because it's got accuracy plus, you actually add in an extra 1. You're looking for 2s and 3s. He got exactly 1, 2, and that means it does 1 damage, but the skill is also damage plus 1, so he hits Bravo for 2 damage. His next hit will already take away his blue cube. Unfortunately, that's their turn already over, so now we go into battle round 2, things start over again. The difference is, though, both sides have a lot more dice to play with now. Alright, turn 2 for the red team. They get their full assortment of energy to spend, so that's 3 d6s, 2 d3s. Let's see what they have to play with. A 4, a 4, a 4, that becomes a 3, and that also becomes a 3. Oh, sorry, that's a 5. That's a bit hard to read. 4, 4, 5, 3, 3. Well, we're definitely going to spend that 5 on being able to attack any single square we want again with Core Destroyer. The 3, we're definitely going to do a plasma shot with Bravo. Let's see. A 4, a 4, and a 3. Alright, let's spend a 4 immediately to do something a bit different. Certain robots have skills like this. We're going to use Escape Artist with the Magus. You assign a die of any value, and then it says you re-roll it and reallocate it. Then you teleport him to any area you want. So this 4 has now become a... this 4 has become a 4. Good, excellent. Can still be reassigned. And the Magus is going to teleport. And he's going to teleport... He doesn't need to really see anybody with his attacks, because he can target any single square he wants with them. He's going to teleport all the way to the bottom right square. You don't need to worry about him, he's safe over there. He'll assign one of these 4s to his basic attack. Core Destroyer will assign the 4 to his basic attack, which means he's going to be attacking twice, because you can do 1 basic attack and 1 per weapon you've got a die assigned to that matches the number. And we'll give this 3 for movement to Bravo, because he needs to get out of there. I think that's assigned, so if I come around this side of the camera, we can actually start doing stuff. We'll start with the Magus. He'll spend the 4 to do his basic attack, which is a white square with a yellow border. You can't quite see it. Hopefully you can now. That means he can target any area he wants. He is going to target... Oh, that's another thing as well. Bolt's shield is gone, so he's going to target him. And he spent a 4, so he gets to roll 4 attack dice and is needing 4s. He got 1. I'm never going to get to show off the cumulative energy at this rate. He got 1 though, so Bolt has taken 1 damage. Magus actually seems like a hard counter to Bolt, because Bolt's whole thing is he teleports around and doesn't get hit. That's why he doesn't have good max HP. But against robots that can target any area at all, he's a little bit hard countered. So next... let's go with Bravo, who's hurt. We're going to start by spending the 3 he had on Plasma Shot. So you attack with Accuracy Plus, Piercing, and Push. He's going to hit Gemini. It hits the tiles in a cross around him, but still there's only the 1 target, and that's Gemini. So that was a 3 we spent. And, oh, but it had Accuracy Plus. So we're rolling 4s, I need 3s and 4s. Got 1, 3. Again, 1 success every time. So 1 damage to Gemini. But he also gets pushed into... come this way a little bit. He also gets pushed into the wall, oof, and takes 1 more damage. He's got 3 left on his first health bar, but then he restores and loses a weapon though. Then Bravo will spend that 3 he has on movement. It costs him 2 to get out of the square he's in. So he goes 1, 2. And you know what? He's fine there. He's fine there, because he could next turn he could maybe initiate an attack that would hit both these tiles anyway. And that leaves Core Destroyer. His basic attack hits the tile he's in and anyone in the column or row he selects. So he spent a 4 on that. He is in this tile, so he can hit Shogun. Now Shogun's got scenery in front of him, which means that he's protected. And the way that's represented in this game is if he was here, straight line of sight, you get what's called an advantage attack, which gives you a reroll on one of your attack dice, but because there's obscured scenery, he doesn't get that. So he's just rolling his 4 attack dice with his basic attack, looking for 4. He got exactly 1 4. 3, 4, 5, 6. Now again, Shogun has a shield he hasn't used yet, and he might be about to get hit again. No, he's going to take that hit. He took the hit. And then finally, spending a 5 on another Ruthless Crusher, which is target any area. He's going to target poor old Bolt, because again, Bolt can't really do much about this. So 5s, and it ignores shields anyway. 5s. He got 2. Finally, we can talk about critical hits. The attack still does 1 damage, so Bolt has 2 health left, unfortunately for him. But when you get a crit, it's similar to if you entirely whiff. You get 1 cumulative energy for every additional hit. Like if you miss an attack entirely, you get 1 pity energy. But say I'd rolled 5 5s, you get 4 extra cumulative energy. So that now gives Team Red the ability to reroll 1 action die. Or you can wait till you have more and spend it on a different buff. But that is their turn. So now it's over to the blue team. Alright, quite a few of the blue team are hurting. They get all their action dice though, so let's see what happens. 2, 3, 4. That 2 becomes a 2 because this is one of the D3s. And that 1 stays a 1. So what can they do with that? Well, Gemini can do another watch this. So let's stack that up. They'll need the 2 to initiate that. It only hits their tile though, so they'll need a 1 to move. So let's give them that as well. The 3 will give to Bolt, which lets him teleport after attacking, but he'll need to do a little bit of movement prior to that. So let's give him the 2, so he can hopefully do something before he dies. When you lose a team member, incidentally, you get to choose from a choice of buffs. We'll cover when it happens. And then finally, that leftover 4, huh? Let's give that to... They might be able to kill Bravo this turn, actually, if they stack up on him a little bit. That would mean leaving Shogun kind of stranded with no help again. Yeah, okay, the 4 will go to Gemini to do their basic attack. So, Gemini has 1 assigned to movement. They're going to go into the same area, sorry, the same tile as Bravo, which means they can do their watch this by spending the 2 I gave them. It's accuracy plus, so they're rolling 3 dice. 2s and 3s are successes. They got a 2 and a 3, so they also get 1 cumulative energy because they crit. And they deal 1 damage to Bravo, which takes away his blue health. So what happens when that happens is, he restores to full health, but you don't put the blue cube on, you just put another green. So he has 3 health left, and then he's done. Was there anything else as part of that attack? The attack was damage plus 1, but like I said earlier, if you take away a blue cube, any accumulated extra damage disappears. So that's the upside of having a blue cube. Now they will do their basic attack on him. And again, this is I again presume there is no friendly fire because they attack in a cross shape, so they hit the tile they're on and the additional tiles around them, orthogonally speaking. So presumably that doesn't happen, and that is 4 dice. Just looking for 4s. And they got 2. So 1 more cumulative energy, 1 more damage to Bravo, leaving him on 2 health remaining. And they're done. So the only person with dice left is Bolt. He is going to spend his 2 to move into this square as well. As far as I'm aware, there's no cumulative bonus for having a friend nearby. And then he's going to spend 3 on hit and run, it's called. So it's 3 dice with accuracy, so it's 4s. Oops, I accidentally destroyed a building. On hit, move to any area. So 3s and 4s are successes. He got a 3. He got exactly 1 success. So Bravo is on 1 health remaining, and then he's allowed to teleport to any area. Ooh, he's going to blink teleport super speed down here to where the Magus is. And that is blue team's turn done. So we're back over to the red team, and Bravo needs to do a lot this turn because I imagine he's not going to live to see another one. Let's see what action dice we get to play with first of all. So we have a 6, a 3 and a 3, a 1, and then that becomes a 2. We could spend the 1 cumulative energy they have to re-roll one of those, but I don't think we need to. That 6 can be spent on Core Destroyer to do a bit of an interesting thing. He's got a skill called Terraform. You rotate a tile in both directions. Oh, that says both directions. I think they mean 90 degrees, but I could be wrong. You then also do get to attack. Oh, actually, that could be really interesting. That would be a fun little thing. Yeah, just because it's fun. So we'll assign a 1, because I'm not sure if you need... I think you need to be in the same column of areas to do what I want to do. We'll give him the 6 to do Terraform. That leaves us with a 2, a 3, a 3. Well, Bravo can get his plasma shot yet again. And a 2, a 3, and a 3. We might be... In fact, we could probably kill Bolt this turn. If we give... Well, it's only 2 dice, though. No, we can't. Because I would need to be able to do Ruthless Crusher as well, which needs a 5. Let's give the 3 to Escape Artist again. So we re-roll it, reallocate it. It became a 1. We'll give that to Bravo's basic attack, and then Magus gets to teleport to any area on the board. He's going to help kill Shogun. He's going to teleport up there, which I think is just about viewable. Yeah, you can just about see him. And then there's a 2 left to assign. We shall give that to... Oh wait, no, there's something better we can do actually now with that, but I'm using strategies. We'll give the 2 to Core Destroyer to move and give the 1 to Portal Trap. Because again, you don't assign everything at first. You can. I'm just doing this for planning out my turn in my head. Yeah, that works. Okay. So, let me see what I want to start with though. Let me check one thing in the rulebook. Okay, I just wanted to double check if an attack has to specify its AoE for it to be AoE, and it does. So I've actually been doing that. I did it once wrong with Bravo. Like, he has a targeting area of an orthogonal cross, but you still select a target within that area. You don't hit everyone in that area unless it says AoE, which I've just realised. His Vent Plasma does, his Plasma Shot does not. So that's an important difference. So that's something I caught that is wrong. I don't think anyone else on the red team has any AoE at all. I think it's literally just that one attack for him that he did once. But yeah, when he did the other attack with push, that is not AoE. He should have selected one target. Realised now, so that's definitely at least one mistake. At least I didn't need to wait till editing to catch that one. Alright, let's just do the turn I had planned anyway, because it'll be fun. Core Destroyer. He needs 2 movement to move, and he's going to move. Actually, I think even if you're walking through a water hazard, it does only cost 1 if you're staying in the same tile, but either way, he's spending that to move there. He's spending his 6 to terraform, which is in a row, or the tile he's on. He's going to turn... Oh no, I was trying to get a clear line of sight to get an advantage attack, but the rocks are in 2 separate tiles, so it's not going to work. I guess he might as well still turn one, although it's going to be a little bit awkward. He's going to turn this square, like that, with his terraforming ability, and then he's shooting Shogun, because why not? And he gets 6 dice, so there's a very high chance of getting some hits through. So let's roll those 6 dice, and I'll move the camera in a second as well. He got 2 6s, so that's 1 more cumulative energy. Now will Shogun activate his shield? Yes. So let's come over here, because you know what dice I'm going to be spending. Shogun has a shield, he is activating it, so he takes no damage from that attack. And that's Core Destroyer done for the turn. That kind of scuppers my plan. The Magus will spend the 1 he had on Teleport Trap, teleport a target to any empty area, and it's in his column. So he's going to teleport Bolt up to... Wait, you can teleport him onto any area, right? So could I just teleport him onto a mine? I'm going to see if there's anything in the rules that says you can't do that, because that seems very clever, and I want to see if it's actually allowed. Alright, upon checking, sadly I don't believe that's possible. It does specify an empty area. If there's a mine in it, it's not empty. His Escape Artist does not specify empty area, which means he could teleport himself onto a mine if he wanted to. There is a reason for doing that, believe it or not. If you have 1 health left anyway and you want to give your other robots a buff, you could deliberately kill yourself to do that. That's the only reason I can think of. But yeah, sadly not. So he is teleporting Bolt, but he's going to put him right there, next to Bravo, so Bravo can choose to hit him. If Bravo hits him twice, Bolt will die. And I think that's what he's going to do. Starting with, he's going to do his basic attack on Bolt. He only has a 1 assigned to there, which means he has to roll a 1. So he can't get a crit, but he also can't fail. So, oh wait, no, sorry, he totally can fail. What am I talking about? Because he needs to roll a 1. So that was actually a miss. Arg. In that case, well, he's just going to do his Plasma Shot, which is a 3 with accuracy plus, so it's 3s and 4s, rolling 4 dice. This is the one that has push, that I accidentally did as AoE in the turn 1. 2 successes, so that's 3 cumulative energy. And you know what he can do, because you can spend cumulative energy instantly? I think he's going to spend... Oh no, it's only basic attack. It doesn't increase weapon attacks. Never mind, I thought I could kill Bolt there. No, he's just doing 1 damage. Oh, no he's not! He is doing 2 damage, because this is the attack that has push. He's doing 1 damage, and then pushing Bolt onto the landmine. And it does, I'm sure it does at least 1 damage. So, sadly, Bolt has explodinated. And his last 2 health gone. But that means we get to cover what happens when a team loses one of their numbers. Let me just look that page out. Alright, so page 22 of the rulebook, upgrading. Whenever a robot loses all its HP and destroyed, its owner can use the wreckage to upgrade their team. It happens immediately, and you can choose one of the following. You can unlock their ultimate, so their best weapon. You can do first aid, so they heal 2 green cubes. Or you can max out your cumulative energy. So, they currently have 2 cumulative energy, so that'd be a waste. Shogun could heal himself for 2, or he could unlock his ult, which is called Taijutsu, I think. It's a shame that Bolt is the one who died first, because his ult is actually really, really good. He is pure glass cannon, that's why he has such low HP. Like, he can do a 3 damage attack with his ult, and if he misses, he gets to try again. So that's really powerful. Let's see, do we heal Shogun for 2, or do we unlock his ult? He could attack twice with piercing. That's tricky. I think we'll unlock Shogun's ult. I don't know if that's the right choice, but that's what we're going to do, and it is over to the blue team now. Alright, so Team Blue, first thing, well, technically the last thing happens, because it's when their turn ends that any shields go away. I was just double checking, like, why does it matter doing it at the end of the turn rather than the top of the turn, and I thought, oh, maybe they can walk across landmines and just take the damage. Landmines do 2 damage, so no they can't. Well, I guess they still could, and they take 1 damage instead of 2, but that's the only reason I can find. But either way, that's every shield on the table now gone. So, we need action dice for Team Blue that are now a man down. Oh, not a good roll, so that becomes a 3, that becomes a 2, so what are they left with? 1, 1, 2, 3, 5. Ouch. They want to kill Bravo at the very least, so they can use the 2 to make that happen by doing watch this again as Gemini. They're on the same tile, so they just need to do the 1 damage, and they'll be rolling, what, 3 dice, needing at least a single 2 or a 3. Let's assume that's possible. After that though, what do we do next? Magus doesn't have a lot of HP, but Core Destroyer can just keep on damaging from across the map, and someone needs to go and stop him. What will we do? Let's take the 5 and give that to Shogun to do his wind cut. Let's give him a... Let's give him a 1 for movement and a 1 for basic attack. So Shogun's doing a lot this turn. We don't have a 4 to do his ult, sadly. Nor do we have a way to reroll it. So all we're left with is a 3 to assign. I guess we'll... well, we don't need to assign it yet. I'll say for now it's movement for Gemini. If they fail to kill Bravo, they'll have to use it for a basic attack to try and kill Bravo. But again, you don't need to assign it at the moment. So, we'll start with Gemini. They're spending a 2 on watch this with accuracy plus. So it's 3 dice, needing a 2 or a 3. And they failed. They get 1 cumulative energy because they failed, because they whiffed entirely. Which I think I forgot to give to the other side. They don't have enough to roll, to re-roll. Well, they'll do their basic attack then. I'll assign the 3 to their basic attack. 3 dice, needing at least 1 3. They failed. I don't believe it. They actually failed. Well, they get another cumulative energy. They've maxed it out now. Now, if you spend all 4 cumulative energy, it says control a dice result. Presumably, it can't, like, even though the rulebook says you can spend it instantly, presumably you can't do it on the roll that generated the energy, because otherwise you wouldn't get the energy. Presumably. Not sure. So they're done. That's really bad. Oof. Alright. Shogun will spend the 1 he had assigned to movement. He's going to wander back here and say hello, Magus. And And then he will do his Wind Cut, which is AoE, but it's only going to hit Magus because it's in a line. It does 1 direct damage to all targets, and 1 cumulative energy for every person hit. So he just does 1 flat damage then. And they're maxed out with cumulative, so it doesn't matter. Magus has 3 health left. Then he'll do his basic attack for the last dice spent, and it's only a 1 unfortunately. And I guess he could spend 4 cumulative energy to guarantee this hits for 1 damage, because he can control the die result. So we'll roll it and see if it's a 1. It isn't. So you'll spend all 4 cumulative energy to make it a 1. It's all like they're tapped on energy again, but Magus takes another hit and has 2 health left. That was a terrible turn for Team Blue. There's no excuse for Bravo being alive. Oof. Alright, action dice for Team Red. We've got a 1, 3, 5. This 5 becomes a 3. And this 5 becomes a 3. All the 3s. Alrighty, we'll give the 5 to Core Destroyer's Ruthless Crusher. Let's give the 3 to Plasma Shot on Bravo, who should be dead but is not. Let's give the 1 to a Portal Trap for Magus. Do we want to do any movement is the question. We'll probably use that 3 for movement, but I'm not sure whose yet. And then let's assign this 3 to Escape Artist, so you re-roll and reallocate. It becomes a 4, which doesn't really change anything, honestly. We'll give 4 back to him for his basic attack, but he teleports, and we will teleport him all the way to safety. Magus seems very annoying to deal with. Alright, turn begins proper. We'll have Bravo spend his 3 on Plasma Shot, accuracy ++, so that's 4, needing 3s and 4s. He missed. He actually missed. Well, he gets cumulative energy, so that's them maxed on it now. He could... Gemini's got plenty of health. No, I think he's going to leave it. He's going to leave it. What he can do, though... Magus can spend his 1 from his Portal Trap to teleport Bravo all the way... Where would even be safe for him? Let's bring him down here, next to Core Destroyer. Try and keep them together. We'll bring the camera a little bit over here. Then he'll spend his 4 on his basic attack. Magus's basic attack hits wherever you want on the board. He will attack Shogun. And it was a 4 he spent. So 4 dice, needing 4s. Yes, 1. So that's 1 damage to Shogun. And that's him done. That just leaves an unassigned 3 and Core Destroyer. He'll spend his 5, so he gets to target any 1 square on the board with a piercing attack. He ignores shields, none of that matters. He's hitting Shogun as well. 5s. He got 2, cumulative energy is already maxed out, so that's just 1 more damage. Shogun has 1 health left. This is not boding well, especially because he's now going to assign that 3 to his basic attack, which is in a row. He'll target Shogun, 3 dice, needing 3s. He actually whiffed. He will spend all 4 cumulative energy to control a die result. This is now a 3, and that means that Shogun explodinates. Goodbye, Mr. Samurai. And then Gemini will take a heal for 2, because that's the only thing that particularly helps them. So they're back up to currently 5 health, and they have a blue cube as well, so they technically have more than that. That's them done though. So obviously not looking good for Team Blue, but on the plus side, all these dice get to go to Gemini's various things. Is that 3 6s? That is 3 6s, good grief. Okay, well, they will... What they needed was a 4 and a 2, and of course they didn't get any of that. They'll put one of the 6s into their basic attack. They'll save a 6 for movement. They'll use their ult to put in the 3 and the 1. Oh sorry, that should be a 2, because it's a D3. Either way though. No, actually no, because they can use the 2. Never mind. they'll assign the 2. That means their ult isn't particularly useful. They've got a 1 and a 6 left, they can't use either of those. Yeah, they can't do anything with them because their ult is, you combine the values of 2 dice. You can't do anything with a 7. I guess they can do it because then it also gives you cumulative energy 1, so they'll take that. Alright, their turn. They're killing Bravo. At the very least, they're killing Bravo. Spending a 6 to move. 1, 2, 3. Right there. They're in the same tile. Let's come over here. They're spending their 2 on watch this. So it's accuracy plus, so it's 3 dice, damage plus 1, but they just need a 2 or a 3 to kill him. They failed. They actually failed. Well, they get cumulative energy for missing. Good job, guys. Then they'll spend the 6 on their basic attack, so that's 6 dice needing 1 6. I don't believe it, they didn't get it. 4 3s and 2 5s. They get another cumulative energy, but their turn is done. Well, sometimes characters just want to die, so let's oblige. This 6 is a 3. This 3 is a 2. We just need to murder. Let's assign the 3 to a plasma shot from Bravo. Let's assign the... Let's give the 1, like the actual 1, to Magus, Escape Artist. Reroll, reassign, and then teleport him. It became a 2. We'll give that to Alpha's basic attack, Bravo's basic attack, and he'll teleport over here. The 6 can go to terraform. The 3 to basic attack. And the 2 to move. Yeah, he needs to move to see him. Okay. Alright, so first things first, plasma shot from Bravo. 3 with accuracy, so 3s and 4s. It also pushes. Oh, that's a chance to do lots of damage. It also pushes. I don't believe it. 1 1 2 2. Can he do anything about that? No, no he can't. Okay, he'll do his basic attack, which is just 2 dice, needing a 2. That time he didn't roll a 2, that would have been perfect. Arg. Well. Core Destroyer, spend the 2 to move 1, 2. Because he is going right in there finally. And he'll... I mean, to rotate an area, both directions, it just says an area. I don't think you need to rotate the same area, so let's just say I did that square up there. Because I don't really care about terraforming, I just want to get another way of attacking. Especially because it's 6 dice. 6 dice needing a 6. Got 1. So he's been hit for 1 of the 2 damage he healed himself with. And then finally, 3 dice basic attack. Needing 3s. Got 1. So that's all the damage Gemini healed off of him now, and it's back over to his turn. Gemini's dice. So that 6 is a 3, the 1 is a 1. Let's see, they don't have a 4. They're going to use their ult to take the 3 and the 1. Allocate 2 dice here, then reallocate their sum, and then cumulative energy plus 1. So they're assigning a 4 to themselves on their attack called My Turn, which we haven't seen yet. They'll assign the 2 to their watch this. They'll assign their 5 to basic attack. They're going to go all out this turn. And that leaves them with a 3 for movement, which I don't think they need currently, but they'll need it to move away at the end of the turn. Bravo must die. Let's go with watch this. 2 but accuracy, so 2s and 3s. Got the 2 and a 3. Finally! Bravo has been destroyed. And let's see, as a bonus, they'll take the ultimate on Core Destroyer. That's now unlocked and needs a 4 to be used. Next, they'll do My Turn, which is attack twice, and they'll do it on Magus. because they can see him. It's in a row. The tile they're on or a row. They'll do it on him twice. So 4 dice twice, needing 4s. First one missed. No, they'll spend their 4 accumulated energy to guarantee 1 hit. So you got hit for 1. Then 4 dice needing 4s again because you get to hit twice. They didn't do it. That would have killed him as well. Well, they get 1 cumulative energy back for whiffing. And then finally, they have their basic attack. And Magus is out of range of it. So he might as well just use it on... Oh wait, no, he has movement. It would cost 2 to move out, plus the water being there. That would be 3, and he has a 3. So he'll spend the 3 to move here. And then that means Magus is in the adjacent tile, which means he can use his basic attack. 5 dice needing 5s. A5 I should say, but it's already got 1. That's actually killed Magus. Good job, Gemini. So the old man is gone. Core Destroyer will take cumulative energy maxed out because nothing else will benefit him. And it's over to his turn. We're down to mano a mano. I was going to say 1-on-1, but not really. Okay, here we go. Core Destroyer's dice. So that becomes a 2. That's a 2 as well. 6 on Terraform. We just want all his attacks going, really. He can't work with the rest of his dice. He'll spend 1 cumulative energy on re-rolling an action die. It became another 6. He'll put that into his basic attack to help it land. Let's see, what else could he do? I think that'll do it. He can't use 3 of these dice. So, he's got Terraform, don't really need to spin anything, there's no point. He's spending a 6 on it. So he's getting 6 dice and he's going to spend the other 3 accumulated energy he has to make it do +1 damage. He got 2 6s, so he got a crit, 1 cumulative energy back, it does 2 damage. Gemini's on 1 blue cube, but once that's gone he's going to heal to full. So, 6 on a basic attack as well, same dice, just needing 1 6 result. He didn't get it. He did not get it. Alright, quick turn now, it's over to Gemini. Let's see what dice he has to play with. That 5 becomes a 3, that 2 becomes a 1. Oops. He will spend the 2, or he'll keep the 2 on watch this again. He'll put a 3 and a 1 into his ult to turn it into a 4, to let him do my turn. He'll put the 3 into his basic attack, and just discard this one, because there's nothing he can do with it. Because he's just going to attack, and he doesn't need to be in the same... Oh, actually he does. So you know what? He'll move into the tile with that 3. He'll move right here. So let's have them face each other. So he'll start with watch this. Again, that's 2 dice normally, but it's got accuracy. So 2s and 3s are successes. He got 1 success. Hit Core Destroyer for 1. He has 3 health left, but his last bit of health is a blue cube. 4 on my turn. So he gets to attack twice. 4 dice 2 times, needing 4s. 1 damage, nothing extra. Second attack. 1 damage plus a crit. That's 2 more damage to Core Destroyer. And then finally his basic attack, which he had a 3 assigned to. So that's just 3 dice, needing 3s. And he actually got another hit. So that takes away the blue cube of Core Destroyer's health bar. So he restores minus it, and now just has 4 health remaining. Conversely, Gemini, once they get hit 1 more time, has 6 health remaining. Action dice roll. That's a 1, that's a 3. Okay, he can do his ult. That 4 is used for his ult, so we'll see that in a second. We'll put the... Oh, he doesn't have a lot he can do with these results. He needs high results. The 4 into his basic attack, I guess. And he'll spend his 1 cumulative energy to reroll this 3. Can't do anything with that either. That's a shame. Alright, let's see what his ult is. Singularity Nova. AoE attack. He can pick any 4x4 tile area. He'll pick these 4 tiles, I guess. On hit, attack again, with accuracy equals 5. Okay. So we start with an attack 4. He missed. I think the blue team might be... It's one more cumulative energy back. I think the blue team might be about to win. And then he'll do his basic attack for 4. Why not? Now, did it say you have to hit? Yeah, on hit. Oof. His basic attack hit for 1 plus 1 more cumulative energy. So there is that at the very least. That takes away Gemini's blue cube. They restore to full health minus the blue cube. So, as previously stated, they're up to 6. They do have to break a weapon, though. They are going to... Ooh. They'll get rid of my turn. So my turn is now broken. So they only have watch this. So Gemini can't end it this turn, but if they get a 2, which they do, this becomes a 2, that becomes a 1. That gets assigned to watch this. The 6 gets assigned to their basic attack. They can't do anything else with what they have left over. So, watch this. 2s and 3s. Oops. Got the 3, so that's 1 damage. Oh, it does 1 extra damage, I keep forgetting that. So that's 2 damage. And then 6 dice for their basic. Needing 6s. Yeah, I was going to do accuracy, but you can't go over 6. And they actually whiffed. They whiffed with the basic. That's okay. They're up to 3 cumulative energy, and back over to Core Destroyer. It's not looking good for the Megatron parody. It's a 3. He can ult again. He can Ruthless Crusher. And he can assign that 3 to his basic attack. Those other dice have to go away. So we'll start with Ruthless Crusher. That's 5 dice. Got him for 1. Nothing else. Then he'll do his basic attack for 3. Needing 3s. It's a miss. I can't do anything about that. And then he'll do his ult again. So Singularity Crusher. AoE, again he'll pick the same area. 4s, needing 4s. He missed. Well, on the plus side, he's maxed out his cumulative energy if he lives through this next turn. Alright, let's see if this is how it ends. Looking for a 2, ideally. That 4 becomes a 2 because it's a D3. This becomes a 3. So the 2 goes on watch this. The 4 goes on his basic attack. And let's see if he wins. Spends the 2. Accuracy plus, so it's 2s and 3s. He did it. The 2 and a 3 in fact. So the watch this does plus 1 damage. That does the 2 health the Core Destroyer has left. The Megatron, I mean he managed to take out one of them, but the ultimate success goes to Gemini and Team Blue. So we have the sole survivor for Team Blue standing there. That was a very fun game. I feel like we're missing a little bit of the mechanics by not having a lot more robots present that have the push mechanic, the pull mechanic, and stuff like that just to interact with the scenery, because these buildings are destroyable. Like you break them once, you take 1 damage, you break them again, they're totally gone, you take 1 damage. It opens up firing lines, that kind of thing. So, might do another little test battle report using some of the other characters, see how they play as well before we start focusing on painting them or anything like that. I know this is a niche game because the Kickstarter did not have massive support. I think it plays really well, it's very interesting, barring any stuff that was done incorrectly, of course. If you want to see more, by all means let me know, and we'll hopefully see more Core Clash in the future. Until next time, thanks for watching, and ta-ta for now.